You're all slowly coming to. You're naked. You're in a bed. It's like fresh smell of linen, which is very faint. Smell of pine saw, and if you really work out, you can kind of smell the bacon cooking. You're each in separate bedrooms. There's 1950s clothes hung up over a chair. You can hear a slow, steady tick tock of the grandfather clock out in the hallway. There's the water basin and the big wardrobe and the window that's showing its daylight. Damn familiar setup. Wooden floors.
Yay. I do my usual stuff though.
Right, you begin to hear some sort of naked kung fu katas coming from the other room. Oh, sorry.
I go jogging
You
as soon as
begin
I
to,
wake the fuck up.
all right. You begin to hear the guys doing all kinds of like screeching. It sounds like Freddy maybe attacking or having sex with a cow or something in his room. It's all kinds of weird noises and stuff from all over. You may be in a barnyard now. It's impossible to tell.
All right, so Tim, you dipped out, right? You're gone.
You,
Jogging.
you hear screams from up and down the street. Oh wait, no.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
go
putting
knock on
on?
Freddy's door.
Oh wait, this isn't Colburn. You put on clothes first.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. All
What kind
right.
of fucking lunatic runs through the fucking streets naked?
All right. So, no problem. Yeah, normal waking up noises and stuff like that.
So is the outfit that I bought gone? It's just
You're not sure. You see the 1950s outfit over the chair. It's the men's clothes and
There's
stuff.
also the big wardrobe.
There is a big wardrobe. Shut up, Tim. You're now jogging.
telepathic friend help. Yay!
Plus, I already did.
See if my clothes are in there.
They are. They are.
They
all,
are
all
or
of your
not?
are all of your adventuring shit, whatever it is you were carrying last time, is all neatly piled up in there. Or
All right,
hung
I'm
up
gonna
in there.
gather up my stuff, get dressed, and go knock on Freddy's door.
No problem. You hear a moo from his room.
I open the door.
You see him dressed in his ridiculous outfit.
I don't know her.
Hey, friend.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. What you doing in here?
I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is Victor? Is he out?
Yeah, he wasn't in his room. Not that I heard, at least. I haven't checked, but
I saw the one for one. Alright, well, let's go get some breakfast then, and we'll see if I can convince Victor not to be a crazy lunatic.
so we're just gonna glaze over the fact I'm asking you what you were doing in there with all that noise.
Freddy begins walking downstairs.
I'll follow Freddy.
Okay. Cut to Victor. It shows him running, and you hear the theme from Rocky, "Getting hot now." And he's like, everybody's like, "Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Happy Friday! Booga! Happy Friday!" You see the milkman is carefully delivering milk and stuff like that. Children are going off to school. Little knowing this may be the longest school year ever. Stitch! It shows the Rocky music like playing really slow as he limps his way back to the bed and breakfast. Oh, no.
I offer him a cup of coffee.
He limps past you crawls up the stairs to go shower and stuff.
I'll keep it warm for you.
I'm gonna die.
He eventually comes back.
I go in, get breakfast.
Yep.
Alright, after we're done eating, you guys, let's go to the drawing room and discuss our plans for the day.
You guys enter the drawing room. the sunlight's coming in. They've got a lot of chintz and doilies and shit like that in here. This room was clearly decorated by a lady with some extra fucking time on her hands in a room that she really didn't seem to know exactly what she was going for when she started, and it just kind of morphed over time. There was no set theme other than somebody probably gave her a bunch of old furniture from various relatives, and it lives here now with you. I've seen a lot of rooms like that.
Guys, now I know that we kind of discussed over the interrealm communications that we were interested in helping those miners out with their little claim problem. Now, I'm up for doing it, even though, Victor, your favor with the universe seems to be dwindling. But if you guys are willing to do this safely and cautiously and not run in like maniacs, I'm willing to do it. I have one rule. Only one rule.
What are the horns on your helmet for?
Don't try to distract me.
Hey, Victor, did you hear that noise coming from Freddy's room this morning?
No, not you. No, distract Dad.
No, I usually leave before he starts stirring.
Oh, I think he was doing more than stirring.
Are you done?
Maybe. What?
Yeah.
I have one rule if we're gonna do this. If things are going sideways, bad, we retreat, regroup, and try again. We don't force it.
How are we gonna retreat if you're in the center of the mix?
I'm not. Well, you're not paying attention. We're doing this with our brains, not running in like a bunch of idiots. Okay?
Next scene, everybody's painted half blue. Roar!
Are we in agreement, gentlemen and gentle ladies?
Just kind of like throw a sideways glance at Victor, a little wink, like.
You're a little too old for me, lady, but that's all right.
All right. If we're all in agreement, let's
Give me an empathy roll, Freddy.
So, Freddy, what are you planning with this whole miner thing?
You're thinking you're doomed.
I always say that.
Huh.
Well, firstly, we need to get more information about the area that they're in. What is the surrounding area? Where is the claim specifically? What do they have on the claim, etc. Once we find that information out, I'm thinking we buy a bunch of landmines, set them up around the perimeter, and when the hyenas eventually go out to forage or do whatever the fuck they do out of the claim, they'll set off the mines. Probably not going to kill that many, but it should be enough to at least scare them a little. That's when phase 2 comes into play.
Why are you killing people, Freddy?
Because that's what the miners wanted us to do. They wanted us to
tried
get
talking to anybody? Don't you remember when we've had this chat, man? You can talk to people. Talk.
They don't look.
Look, this brain thing you were talking about sounded good, but you're not sounding like you're using the brain thing. You're going shorter, man. What's the deal, buddy?
I'm skipping past the talking.
Do you need me to run out and get you some beer? Is that what's going on here? You're a little dry? Little tank's a little dry, so the brain's just going straight to that old primal place. I get it. You want to kill. You want to gore people to death.
No, Victor.
But relax.
Victor, no. Look, I don't know if they can be reasoned with if they literally drove out a bunch of people from their homes with guns and explosives.
But please explain to me how setting up mines isn't going in guns a-blazing.
Because we're going to be away from them. No? Not in the fucking town or the plane.
Do you have some sort of like remote detonator or something? Like, how are you planning to be this? Are you
Landmines.
talking like landmines, like that you just like
Landmines.
pressure stuff on?
Yes, landmines.
So,
Gotcha.
you know what happened with landmines in a lot of wars? Years after, they killed way more civilians and children than actually the people you're trying to kill.
What's your point?
Landmines are the tool of soulless evil men.
They get the job done, don't they?
No, not really. Historically, they don't.
Alright, well, there is a second plan. Plan B
Ooh.
is long. No, that's Plan X. Plan B is how good are both of you at rifles? Like long range rifles. Really long range.
Let's check.
I mean, sure, but I'm not okay with just shooting people until I talk to them, Freddie. I got to know that they're actually trying to hurt me. I'm not really into this violence like you are. I'm not a bloodthirsty lunatic. This world hasn't made me an angry, evil man.
I understand, Victor. I used to be like you. But then this world broke me. And now
Right.
I'm just in a
When's the
million
last
people.
time you tried to do it nice?
Give me a moment, I need to think. Hold on.
Jesus, when's the last time you didn't kill somebody?
How about we put this to a little vote, and anybody who wants to talk to the people can raise their hand, and anybody who wants to murder / carry on murder for future generations can raise their hand.
Talk?
All right, talk. Murder.
Okay, alright. So, you wanna talk? Okay, fine. I'm down. What if they just shoot you?
Well, they won't shoot us. You'll be our diplomat.
Yeah, we're chilling.
No. You wanna talk to them. I don't know how to talk to them. I'm a fucking maniac, like you said. So you tell me, what's your plan on talking to them? So just to recap, they took by force the claim of these miners and essentially drove them out. Now, how do you reason with these people?
Well, what do they want here?
That claim the land.
Well,
They
where
took
are
their
they
land.
from? Where are they from?
We don't know this information because we've never been there.
So you
All
haven't
we
talked
know
to them
is-
yet?
No, we haven't talked to them. All we know is what the miner told us last time.
Well, Freddie, I just don't feel all right with trying to blow up people and leave mines for little kids later.
No, I understand.
I'll
Well,
tell you what,
I wasn't gonna leave them.
I'll go down there with my t-shirt and jogging shorts on while you hide on the hill in your battle armor, okay?
no, I'm gonna come with you, but you do the talking.
All right, fair enough.
Victor, I think you need some backup, man. Like,
Yeah.
don't
I'm
be
not
going in
gonna
there
leave you
by yourself.
alone. I'm not that heartless.
You end up like crushing beer cans on their heads or something.
Besides, I've seen you. You have a way with words that I don't possess. So
Yeah, it's called use your words, man.
I don't use words. I use running away from my problems.
Well, you know, the first tough part is admitting your faults, and I think you've gotten there. You're number one step to getting back, buddy. All right, so let's go talk.
All right.
Y'all got like a little white flag? Just in case they're as lunatics as you think they are?
Sure, let's go and talk to the miner and get some more details from him.
We're gonna get murdered, aren't we?
Potentially.
Fuck.
Alright,
Alright.
I pull out a chunk of the bomb shelter in the embassy level.
The explosion room, you mean?
Yeah.
All right. Sure. Go ahead and give me a luck roll as, timey-wimey.
Wow.
Fuck you. All right. So.
Whoa, you found all the mines.
Hold on,
Right.
and hold on, jump gate. Hold on. I have a reroll. Hold on.
Uh-oh. I can see you've been building up your fucking Trump gate. You've been taking through a lot of people who can't do the ambers or the pattern and
I
shit.
have mistakenly said something entertaining. I need to. NPC of GM's choice gets 5 hero points. Fuck, I wish I was an NPC.
Yeah! Yeah!
Alright, there we go.
Hold on a minute. Let me just find the one I've been heaping them on. Oh, there we go. That's just. Yeah, now they're at max hero points at last.
I hate my life.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking blue mage with 20 hero.
You can't have more than 4 cards in your hand, or you can't have more than
4.
more than 4.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
holding up my hands thinking she can see me, but you can eventually rig us onto a TV and have us giant size, and that will terrify your kid if he walks in and goes, ah! And there's those people and runs off. They're horrifying. Oh.
Shit out of here.
Alright. I made the gate Logan, so.
Well done. All right, you guys go through, and you're back in that kind of smallish brick tower with the weak roof and the light coming in from the roof, and it's got the reinforced door and the kind of secondhand furniture and stuff in it, and it also has a small sign on the wall that says "Beware the leopard," and you're back in this room.
Alright, let's cautiously open the door, make sure there's no evil animals trying to ambush me.
A leopard jumps out and eats you. No, wait. Right. It shows him cautiously open the door, and a big bluish fist grabs his shirt and hauls him forward, and you hear, "You're not Joshua McKay," and it puts him back down.
Yes, bring the guards, please. Freddy's here.
Right. Freddy's personal entourage is summoned. They all watch his every move closely. You're not sure if he's that important or if they're that against him or what. But by God, they stick on
What's
him.
the deal? Do you guys take it offensive that he walks around in animal skin on his human body? Is that what?
Oh, no, sir. It's that he's burned down part of the embassy before, so we have to keep a close eye on him because he likes to set fires.
I burned down a few curtains. That was it.
They just give him a look. With a name like Freddy Firestarter, though, I mean, what can you really expect when I'm saying?
Fair enough.
He's bad, says the other one.
Alright, we'll go to the meeting room to find Kato.
Katar is eventually summoned. You guys are sitting around in a room. It's got 3 chairs around a table, and then it's got 4 chairs around a separate gambling table. It has some miscellaneous chairs. And eventually, Katar, the big Lego-headed guy, comes in. He goes, "Hello."
Hello, Kato.
Have you seen him before, actually, Emily?
Yeah.
Has she? Okay. I was going to pop up a picture of him again.
Lego head guy.
Oh, I remember him.
I'll bet. There's his picture again.
He haunted my dreams for like a week.
That's nice.
Okay, Bob. Could you please bring the leader of the Rittenhouse miners so we can talk to him again, please?
I can tell you where he is, and you can go
Sure.
see him.
Yes, please tell us where he is.
Right. He gives you careful directions that are really easy to follow because the town isn't that complicated of layout. And cut to, you guys go to Rittenhouse Mining Incorporated. They greet you guys warmly that somebody is finally here to fucking deal with their shit. You guys are eventually shown to a room with the guy who came to contact you before, and he says, "I am so happy." He looks like he's a badger-headed guy. he's got the black and white stripes and stuff. He's like, do you need food, drink?
We're fine, thank you. We just need some information about your problem, please.
Certainly. Who played that linguist card? You're a bad
Keep
man.
5% and cover up the horror.
Oh, Jesus. Right, he takes you into another room. You guys are sitting around a table, and he says, well, we found out some more information on him, and I'm afraid it's worse than we thought at first. It appears that members of the Driscoll gang have taken our mine and such. It was a good tin mine, and we could really use tin for the upcoming war effort. We suspect that they may be getting funding from San Francisco.
Bum bum bum.
Yes, I'm afraid
Sound like it's
so.
ready?
I look at you. What?
No, okay.
The badger guy looks
at
at her. Everybody looks at each other for a while.
So, what was the name of the gang? The gang?
The Driscoll gang.
Driscoll, what can you tell us about them?
Well, they're probably one of the more powerful gangs and whatnot. They used to work at a ranch, and then the ranch foreman guy got killed off, and so they turned into like kind of a more of a bandit type gang. They do have a base. It's an old ranch, but there's too many of them there to deal with and whatnot. Plus, they may have other bases elsewhere. We don't know. But as far as the ones out holding the mine, we estimate there's between 20 and 40 of them. They're well armed, well provisioned, well stocked. And as I said, we believe that they've got funding from San Francisco. And in fact, they may be even selling them their tin. Normally, if this mine was, inside of the area claimed by this colony here in San Angeles, then the governor would be taking action. But I'm afraid that it's out in wild elf territory. And so that's beyond the remit of the governor. And of course, wild elves do make it a lot more dangerous out there. Not to mention all those weird black-eyed creatures and stuff that are running around out in the forest.
I look
and
at his
whatnot.
large black eyes that are looking at us.
He keeps talking, not realizing the irony of what's he's saying. You know, like the deer and the rabbits and stuff like that out there. You have to watch out for them because they could tear your throat out. They become super aggressive, and we suspect that the Driscoll gang is secretly shipping their spoils and whatnot to the San Francisco people. And in fact, actually, they're going to be bringing in, we think, they've got to get some miners from somewhere. The Driscoll gang, all they are is steely-eyed killers who are only good at one thing. And that thing, fortunately, is in mining. So we know that they're eventually going to be getting miners from somewhere else.
So before you said there was about a dozen of them.
No, before I said there was 20 or 30. Now I believe it's somewhere between 20 and 40. We're just not sure.
So diplomacy. I turned to Vic.
Good luck with that. They showed up and they just gunned down all the miners that were in there laughing and hooping and hawing and riding around. And then there were some of the miners and stuff, from what I heard from some of the survivors, that wouldn't come out, and they just threw in lit sticks of dynamite until they did.
Logan, do I believe him when he says all
His
this?
mood is passionate right now.
So, Freddie, if I remember right, was it Bobcats? Yeah, the Bobcats got a pretty good game going on. It's Friday night. We should probably just grab some beers and catch that.
And we knew if there was one group of people whose reputation as fearsome fighters, could drive off the horrifying Driscoll gang, it was the Australians.
Well, thank you for the information.
Certainly. Oh,
Sounds
and
like
here's
you-
a very careful map and an extra compass in order to get out there. I've had several copies of this map, as well as extra compasses made, just in case.
Sounds like he needs some Australians.
Exactly. Good luck, Australians. We're all counting on you.
Hey, Nora,
What's up?
are you Australian?
He just nods at
Yes.
her.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
All
Vic.
right.
Yes, Vic. We're all Australian.
Sure we are, Freddie.
You're
Sure we
damn
are.
right. He stands up and goes over and opens the door. You are the most Australians ever. Good luck. If you need
So
anything,
about that football
hesitate.
game, Freddie.
What?
There's going to be some cheerleaders there.
You don't want to do this anymore, do you?
Right. So when it went from, hey, it's a gang of desperados, reasonable numbers like 5, maybe 10, and then it turned into a small guerrilla band of warriors. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. No.
3 should be more than sufficient to deal with any size of enemy force. We learned that in the first Great War against the Elves
Hold on,
against
wait,
San
before we leave.
Angeles. There was
Please,
only 2 of them. then.
tell us about the actual mine itself. What's surrounding it? What's in the
Oh,
area?
of course. I'm sorry. He closes the door and goes back over and sits down. Woods, fairly thick. Fortunately, they won't see you until you're almost right on them because of the density of the trees and stuff.
Okay. And the mine itself, is it, do you believe they're in it or around it?
Oh, in it, definitely. There's some standing guard outside of it, I believe. We haven't done a thorough reconnoiter and stuff because of the various rabid animals. We're not sure, but some of our experts have suggested that the animals may be possessed by some sort of demonic force. So I recommend watching out for them.
Yeah, I wonder who could have done that.
I have no idea what sort of evil, twisted, malignant, capricious individual could have done such a horrific act against nature.
So, surrounded forest, and then there's a cave.
That's right.
And people stationed around it and inside of it.
I'm not really sure on that part because we haven't scouted it due to the demonic animals that are currently feeding on people.
And so, how are they able to stay there with these animals?
Well, they're a powerful force like Australians, but their power is distributed among more of them. I'm sure that 1, 2, maybe even 3 Australians could easily take care of such a thing. I mean, we did have only 2 Australians drive back the elvish necromancers that threatened our fair town
Yeah,
of
but
San
one of them was
Angeles.
the destroyer worlds.
Oh, no, one of them was, one of them was, the other one was Kinley, I believe.
Yeah, literally the 2 most powerful people in existence.
I'm not sure what you mean. We've heard that all Australians are equally as powerful. I'm sure that's one of the things that keeps the Australian embassy in the position of safety that it is because of the...
Let me ask you this. If the mine were to get destroyed...
Oh, that would be horrifying. You don't understand just how bad the zinc and tin and things like that we found some very promising seams of is going to be needed for the war effort against Westmead.
How many entrances to the mine are there?
Oh, that is an excellent question. There is, of course, the main entrance and a secondary entrance. That's where our people escaped. But the secondary entrance and whatnot, I'm afraid that we lost some of the people to it because there appears to be a herd of demonic deer near it.
Okay, let's just say hypothetically we were to seal off both of these entrances.
Hypothetically,
how-
we were to seal off. I thought you meant we were supposed to all say that. I'm sorry.
How long could these bandits survive trapped?
Well, it depends on how much food and water they have. If they're as well supplied as we think they are, then it could be like over a month, which would be very bad. I mean, of course, after a month, anybody who's stuck in a small area will go crazy. That's been proven. But right, topical and
quarantine.
Yay! People will be watching this someday, going, "Look how they survived. They're so brave." And
they're so brave.
Just like World War II against the Nazis. Anyway, so he says, he said, yeah, with Netflix. Oh God. Anyway,
life is hard.
I had just enough space to lie down next to my mom and dad and sister when the Nazis would ram giant spears up through the ceiling rafters, and we had to not move or make any noise in case they got one of us, and then they'd kill all of us.
And then somebody else would go,
well,
quarantine was worse because it was me.
But my greatest pleasure was the small hole that was in the woods so I could see out into the forest.
How did the accent in your story just like...
I think he's channeling some kid who died. You made noise, didn't you, you little bastard?
Kind of like Borat for a second there.
All of his voices eventually
Luckily,
sound
my
like
sister
Borat.
was with me, so we had many good times still.
Oh my, okay.
Oh
It's
my
nice
goodness.
seeing you guys.
You shouldn't have brought up
bye-bye.
Borat. Shouldn't have brought it. No. He played a whole character named Borat once.
Mistakes were made.
Yes.
I
Okay.
apologize.
He says, so yeah, I'm not sure if anybody's guarding that entrance, but we've heard that there may also be a small, fluffy white rabbit that guards it, so be careful.
A fluffy white rabbit.
Yes.
As in possessed animal or one of them?
Yes, of course.
Can it leap through the air at people's throats?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not sure if that's true or if the survivor was hysterical.
Well, thank you for the information.
Yes.
We will relay this information on to the rest of the Australians and come up with a
What?
plan of action.
Well, understand this needs to be done soon so we can get in there and start mining the tin and zinc.
We understand.
Excellent. I mean, it has been a long time since we sent the note.
I say we just go.
Oh boy.
I like your thinking, young Australian.
All right,
Good.
we leave.
Now, keep in mind that the mine itself, although it's a very simple layout, just a few tunnels and stuff, it isn't lit. So I suspect that you'll have to use your special Australian dark vision in order to slit throats in the mine, because if you're to light up a lantern or something like that, then doubtless the Driscoll gang will know that you're there and begin shooting wildly at you, or even throwing dynamite at you. So use your special Australian dark vision
Throw
that we've heard
dynamite
so
at
much
us
about.
in the mine.
Yes.
Are they suicidal as well?
They're a bit stupid as far as explosions go. They don't seem to know that it can cause a cave-in. Or care.
Well, they may just end up killing themselves then.
Yes.
But also destroying the mines, which we want to
Yes.
avoid.
Yes.
So, do we have access to night vision goggles in the embassy?
Goggles? No, all
No, not you. I'm
Australians
talking
are.
to Freddie. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sure that special Australian night vision. They all have it, you know. They said it's from. I think Freddie once told us it was from doing something with a carrot, which was odd because he didn't say eating a carrot. And he shakes his head and goes and opens the door for you. Thank you for stopping by. Please let me report back when it's done.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Goodbye.
let's go and
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday? He's just confused.
Just walk out.
is there like a bench somewhere we can just sit down and talk?
There's a bar that has like in town, and you haven't actually. You've spent a little time there because you were with one of the various drunks in the group, and you know that upstairs is like a small room where you can still hear the piano and talk quietly with each other and not be overheard.
Sure, let's go there.
All right. Cut two. Mark off $1.50. Everybody has a drink in front of them of whatever kind, either whiskey or beer that they want.
I'll just mark off $2 because I'm lazy.
Okay. Right. Vic has extra beers.
All right.
All right. Well, looks like diplomacy's out the window. Do you still want to do this? It's not too late to...
Some guy wanders up to your table, looks at the table, and goes, "Is this the poker table?"
No.
He wanders off.
Do
He
you
had
still
a
want
camel
to-
head.
Do you still want to do this?
Oh,
What is-
fuck.
Uh-oh, what happened?
She fumbled the alcohol tolerance.
She's like, she's just laying there. She can still talk and stuff, but apparently her spine has given out temporarily.
All right, are there people around us right now, Logan?
You're gonna do what?
Are there people right now around us?
Within sight, yes. Within hearing, no.
Okay, well, then I'm not going to do that.
All right. She's just fucking sitting there on the table going, "Oops, a daisy."
Is there a bathroom here?
Yes, of course. It's outside and down there. It's like an outhouse.
Okay. Noah, come with me. I'm going to help you not be drunk.
Give me a strength roll, Freddie, as you're attempting to do the come with me, and you stand up and she does, and then you go, "Oh," and then you're like, "Yep, I've had to do this many times." Nora is hoping that he is fucking okay. The hook doesn't dig into her, which is a real blessing because he had this big metal fucking hook
Wait.
for her.
Keep our table. I'll be back in a minute.
No problem.
All right, I'll take her out to the outhouse.
Nobody
I'm sure
seems-
someone's left a lot of drinks on this table.
Yes, they have. It's amazing. Right, you take her out to the outhouse, and it just shows that some old guy sitting on a bench watching you two go in, like, "Huh,
She's a lightweight.
I see."
Stranger danger. Stranger danger.
Take a card, and they just watch, and you guys go into the very obviously one person at a time outhouse, and then close the door. One's like, "When I was young, we used to take the lady off to the theater." He says to the other one, he's like, "Well, these kids these days, they can't be bothered with the niceties."
What's the magic in this area, Logan?
Pretty
Times one?
shitty, I believe. Let me
I'll give
double
it
check.
times one.
Yeah, I think so too. But I will double check for you. It is ×1.
All right, we might be here a while.
They hear a muffled stranger danger occasionally from there. Freddie looks like he's trying to take a shit in the outhouse, which is super awkward.
Come on. Holy shit.
Right, Freddie's in there grunting and grunting and grunting, and then his head explodes.
Oh, what's the fumble?
Here comes the fumble card, the fumble card, the fumble card. Right, and then there's a
What?
as you are both like, you're laying on top of him awkwardly right now, and one of the old guys looks at the other and goes, "I think romance is dead." And everyone's like, "Either that or it's getting really shitty."
I can't believe it. Sorry, Noah. This won't take too much long. I hope. Just hang in there.
You're laying on the floor of the outhouse. One of the more, and unfortunately men use this outhouse. I'll leave the rest to your imagination.
Finally, okay. And then,
It is disgusting.
yes, all right.
All right,
Something
you are
that-
completely sober and still laying in a pool of piss. Yay.
I help her
Yay.
up. I help her up.
All right. They're thinking maybe you should not drink alcohol for a bit.
Ah,
At least not around Freddy.
Right? Yeah, because he'll
Why
cover
does
you
my
in
butt
urine.
hurt?
Is there
The smell is memorable in here.
any way to clean up in this area?
There's a hole in the clean up. Right, you take her over to the bar and they get some like water and they help her to clean up. A couple of the barmaids come over and do their best. You
pat her
feel
on the back.
so funky.
Let's go back to Vic. Hope he's not passed out by now.
Right, Vic, go ahead and give me your alcohol tolerance roll. They left you alone with all the alcohol.
Jeez.
He doesn't, all the alcohol's gone. He doesn't look any worse for wear. He's just sitting there and he's talking to some random dude.
How long were they gone for?
Probably 10, 15 minutes.
Hey, you, card guy.
Hi.
Play cards.
All
my
right.
friends
Give me
do.
a gambling roll.
Oh,
You have no stake. You know that, right? Yeah. You've won 2 drinks off of him.
All right.
Right. They show up. He says, "Well, I better." Oh Jesus! Excuse me. He heads off.
I sit back down.
What the hell? Did you pee on her?
Oh god.
That's how you sober people up.
It's like shuffle my feet and look at the ground.
Look, she was very, very drunk. She had an accident.
Been there. Been there.
I'm surprised that skill of his isn't up to like 80 or 90 with the party members he travels with.
Alright, now where were we? Yes. Do we still want to do this? Or shall we SEP it?
No, fuck those people. They
Alright,
shouldn't have been there in the first place.
We flipped our tune a little bit.
Clearly, this was not their mind. Hey, can we stop hanging out in the old times? Because it's a little fucking sketchy in the old times.
As he takes a drink, he like then puts the cup down, takes a fingernail out of his mouth, tosses it on the floor.
Oh.
Alright, well, I do know of a place that I've been meaning to check out, since apparently something's new going on over there, and
That'd
it's
explain
not-
the Band-Aid that you fished out of your mouth earlier when you were drinking. Maybe the Band-Aid was holding on the fingernail.
Gross.
Hey, Vic,
Yeah, buddy.
were you briefed on the village?
Ooh.
Do what?
Were you
Ooh.
briefed on the village?
Yeah. I was briefed on blah.
Do you want to go there? Apparently there's something new there.
No, that place sounded awful. And there wasn't a fucking high school.
Alright,
Vic, how old are you again?
Sketchy.
At the least, or most, I'm in my mid-20s.
Oh fuck.
Sketchy as fuck, you're thinking.
Consent and age rules go through all dimensions there, Vic.
Well, of course.
Unfortunately, I've studied too much history, and I know just how old the prostitutes in Alaska were, and it is super sketchy, like Alabama sketchy. Arrgh.
I'm ready to beat Vic down if need be. We'll leave that out there.
Pardon? You which what? Oh.
So that mine, right?
Yeah, the
so
village
you
would be an
wanna-
interesting thing for her to see. She's never take a tour of the multiverse. Why not?
Sure. Why don't we take you, well, a secret cleanse isn't broken. We should probably go back and ask if they've managed to use it or not. Let's go back to the embassy and see what's going on with Clem and the barber shop. Otherwise, we're stuck here for a day, since I can't take you anywhere until tomorrow. Without the barber shop, I mean.
Okay.
I'll show you around.
Ooh. disco. All right. You guys head back over to
Hey, what's real quick? Freddie, wasn't there a table with all kinds of like to-do lists?
Yes, that's where we're going.
Just curious.
Yeah, I can show you the list.
well, it's up to you guys if you want to go on a tour, if you want to do to-do list, or whatever you want.
There's the mines. There's a. If you go on. If you read. Hold on, let me see which note it was. Not that one. Not the evil note. I believe it was. What was it? Not that one, not that one.
you guys go in as you're going in through the gate. The rhino guards go. One looks at the air and go, "Did you piss yourself?" And everyone's like, "No."
Right, note 5.
You go past the Mar guy, he starts checking the bottom of his shoes and shit. You're starting to feel self-conscious.
By the way, you
I
might
didn't
want to.
shit myself, damn it.
You may want to go get bathed or something, Noah.
I mean, I figured you were going into battle, but okay.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna go somehow fucking maneuver my way around and go change while they're doing this.
Do you want to get a nice bath in as well?
Oh, that sounds like a trap. Now to do a little hobo bath wash up.
Okay,
and
great,
change.
great. You managed to avoid the trap, and you do some hobo washing and stuff like that, and get changed up and everything. Cool. Bathing in the Old West sucked ass.
can I go find Kato?
Sure.
Kato, have you
He hides the paperwork he's working on. Yes.
or anyone used cleanse recently?
No. We're staying away from it until we're given the all clear by the Australians. Yeah.
So no one's used it. No one.
It was acting broken as shit. I think that the messages that kept going on about some sort of power buildup, I assume that somebody is working on solving that.
I assume so too. Anyway,
He just gives you a long fucking look through his huge dead black Lego eyes. Mm-hmm.
We just want to look through some of the notes left behind.
They're all on the table.
Thank you.
Still.
Hey, Clint, what are you working on every year?
Did you say you're going to Clem? What?
Or Qatar.
He goes, nothing.
Come on, buddy.
He
What you
seems
doing?
super defensive about his paperwork and shit. Like, he sits on it. Nothing.
We're all pals here.
Yes.